nobility, a mainspring of beauty, a key element of service, a main ingredient of elegance, and a foundation of friendship. Very cute, kid.
The light.
Your Majesty, Your Highness, now comes Sir Abel Fairstake and Mistress Bryant Fairstone, they of the fierce and loving heart. Today they stand forth to vie for the honor of becoming the next Prince and Princess of Vindheim. Add the twist and energy, the storm to the firm foundation laid by their predecessors.
And general of your Majesty's army, by his side and his inspiration on the field of honor today is Lady Ansteorra, member of the Order of the Landed Nobility and holder of the, I get this last week, and holder of the Compass Grove of Ansteorra.
Your Highnesses, Coronet of Vindheim, good Ansteorra, Vindheim, and allies all. I see in your eyes the same joy that fills the heart of me. And the day may come when a stable queen soars, where she may shine as a star that bears the greatest of merit, for truly it is this day. And our swords, a silent shield when the arm of a new night comes crashing down. For verily it is this day he fought. For the love of his honorable lady, Emelina, fairest of his earth, so cometh the night, dark, shaggy, and stagger.
Oh, there the sun rises, Your Majesty.
Your Highness, good gentles all, I present to you, wielder of the fiery fire, terror of the Northland, Centurion Thomas Bernhardt, and the flame of grace and beauty, Dominique Michel Levasseur. Greetings to the crowd and populace of Ansteorra. Greetings to the Coronet and people of Vindheim. Greetings to the officers and good populace of Vindheim. See here, come before you are two who have dwelt long in the lands of Ansteorra.
Two who have learned from her many teachers and fought in her wars, who have borne her courage and in turn have been born. See here, Lady Valencia of Vindheim, holder of the sable thistle, whose virtue and skill imprint the Northland sea loves. She who serves and beautifies the realm with her many works. She who by skill in arms defends and strengthens the realm. She is one who would serve as your princess. See here now, one who is inspired by her this day. Centurion Cadmus, holder of the golden star of Ansteorra. He who after long training in the ways of war and years of errantry comes this day to prove his right to be prince. Together they come this day to assert their claim to the stallion birds of Vindheim.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I never used a pencil or I just wanted to snake like a clown in the wilderness. And run to the floor and voice of correction. Kill a house, mountain, and took it. Urging a California member to single on the case ready for word as you pessimistic target. Your inspiration fills our souls. The word illuminates our hearts. For your company will bring the pleasant of the walking road of blue shadows. And welcome to you, the students will make a peace, no horseman inspiration. Rose and the system of the Stanford, a war to single promise, for service with promise of the shadow, single pistol takes the door. Prepare school and hit the forward. Over to Delta, Delta. We're Chevron or and gold. The Chevron between two old tables and a verified carpet. But fearless, humble, laughter, sitting at Westwood Lynn. We gather our taking the journey of victory. For provincial ruling are no longer in the north. We will all gather for his public aid and the mountain of Vindheim. The mountain prowess and the lion getting boat has no match. Former lion letting market. The penny centurion with the silver star of Ansteorra. Man that over to the journey of 12 is ready to reach that up. And they'll promise a friend of the people, a single brother of the run. What time is it? It's tournament time!
Got it. Try and get over there.
There we go.
Can't read it. I can turn off invert color.
We're on. We're.
Your Majesty, Your Highness, comes down before you the premier warlord of the plain. There is none for his side. There is none for his strength or his countenance. Fear him not, or you shall not stand against him. Driven by the radiant inspiration of Honorable Lady Ansteorra, I present to you Lord Torben Ulfbrock. He presents himself to seek the equine seat of the faith.
Hold it right here. I'm gonna put my phone on the charger. I'll be right back. Just keep it.
Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, good people of Vindheim, now comes before you Centurion Ralph Smithbeard and Lady Orla Hooligan. He has the might before him, the strong arm to prove his days, but also a heart. This man would do anything for his friends. At his side is a lady who has a smile that will brighten the sun, who loves fiercely. They come this day to prove their worth, to shepherd these fair lands.
watchful towers of North East, stake her claim on the stallion throne. Luna, whose shield defends friends. Luna, whose sword defeats foes. Christ on this day is all yet the shield of democracy. Who inspires this mighty bear, this stellar kingdom, and this awe-striking principality with joy and laughter. Look upon those gathered here, your majesty, your highnesses, and know a prince walks among you.
I have a laptop with a camera. If you want to set it up.
Comes yourself will tell you all of the pairings.
I already got them.
No, what the pairings are.
I've already got them. I was sitting over there before I came over here.
Earlier?
I've already got them.
Okay. So
they already know what they are.
Because of this.
Lasting precedent, first in greatness. Those who face it today is at the mountain of horses and men and their
Took a turn. Give me a second.
So how long is your wait list for a stamped dress?
Especially like fighting these guys. So they're going to eat that whole.
We have all the fights.
Right.
I'm letting you get in the motion.
As far as we're aware, all fighters and consorts present.
The fighters and consorts, please form an unbroken chain towards season.
I swear for myself and my consort that we will win the Coronet of Vindheim. We will rule justly as to the utmost of our ability. To fulfill the duties of the all these things I swear on them. So say I.
Centurion Alexander Crane and Lord Turbine Oathbrook.
Fight the second, Sir Wolfgar Martel and Centurion Turpentine. Fight the third, Sir Skeggy Fairbank Sevison and Sterka and Noble Tegan O'Quinn. Fight the fourth, Lord Gunnar Bjornolfsson and the Deadly Bye. Fight the fifth, Master Ryongadai Sinuajan and Centurion Thomas Bernhardt. Fight the sixth, Sir Edwulf Terrikson and Centurion Cadmus Lokagas. Fight the seventh, Centurion Rolf Smithbeard and Armiger Runa Bjarki. Centurion Alexander Craig, Lord Trollbein Oldbrock, take the field. Sir Wolfgar Martel and Centurion Turpentine, Armmarcel. Sir Skeggy Fairbairn Sevison and Sterka and Noble Tegan O'Quinn, make ready.
Greetings, Ansteorra. I am Colfina and Kira Otter's daughter, and I am helping run this live stream from the studio, and I wanted to pop in now that we have the round one pairings to tell you something kind of exciting. Is we are going to be joined by a few guest commentators today. We add them to the stream real quick so they can say hi, but we have Centurion Marjorie Heron and Centurion Magnus Krepinson. Did I get your name?
Yep.
Excellent.
That's right.
Excellent.
Hi, everyone. We're going to be doing some commentary. Hope keep things clear for you guys. Clear and entertaining.
Yep.
Yeah. And we are super excited to have you guys with us today.
All right.
We are waiting for the tournament to start, so I'm probably all three of us can pop away. And when our on-site folks turn the video back on, we can get these tournaments going.
Are we both coming through loud and clear with this mic?
Yeah, I can hear you guys great.
This is our new.
If you hear us yell in the background, it's because our fur babies are bothering each other.
Oh,
Briar,
leave her alone. That's going to be a commonplace.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Eventually, Jarl Floki will be joining us as well, and so we will have one fur child wrangler for two commentators.
Sounds great. Glad to have you guys here.
All right. Well, I guess while we're
No, go ahead.
While we're waiting, we can go back over the pairings. We have Alexon Crane versus Torben, Martel versus Turpin, Skeggy versus Tegan, Gunnar versus the Deadly Bye, Orion versus Bernhardt, Edwulf versus Cadmus, and Ralph versus Runa.
Just insert all their titles in before that.
Yes. They're also in the comments. So.
Yes.
Sorry, we didn't put Garb on.
Yeah, we do not.
No worries.
Wait, I got my cloak somewhere around here.
I thought I was only going to be audio. All right, there we go.
Yeah, and if you guys want to drop to audio only later, that's totally fine.
Yeah, we'll do that so the fighting can be full screen.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to remove me from... Oh.
All right.
I saw we might be getting our camera back up momentarily, so I'm going to put us back on our intermission screen.
This was made by Koya. All right. Well, we will be ready whenever.
Cool. All right. I'm going to take us off, and we'll be back momentarily, folks.
All right. Here we go. Round one.
All right. So Centurion Alexander Crane, no newbie to the Madu. That's his primary style. I've also seen Torbjorn run Madu before. He's running about a 5 foot, 5.5 foot. So this will be an interesting one. See Alexander with his right hand tracking his Madu. So Alexander Crane.
Looks like there wasn't enough on that one.
Yeah.
This is very much a game of distance. Oh, looks like our stream froze. There we go. Got it back. Looks like Alexander took the first point there. There you go. First point to Alexander. Please stop our video.
No, we can keep our video.
All right. Here we go.
Wow.
Ooh.
1-1. All right.
Looked like he got that. Torbjorn got that Madu right over his right hand. Looks like Torbjorn's leaning in, ready to explode in. Looks like Alexander's ready to counter.
Couple exchanges here. There we go. Oh,
And we cut out.
we just lost our video feed.
I assume someone hit someone.
That's probably, yeah.
Sounds like someone hit someone now. Well, there you go.
All right. Sounds like it went to Centurion Alexander. All right. We've got our video back for now.
Sir Wolfgard Martel, Centurion, Turpentine, take the field.
Close these windows.
First Lady Baron, Citizen in America. Noble Tegan Quinn, arm yourselves. Lord Gunnar Bjornson and the Deadly By, make ready.
Seems like our video feed
Salute the crown of Ansteorra.
having issues.
Salute the Coronets of Vindheim. Salute the one who inspires this day.
Okay, we're back. Let's see how that's looking. Oh,
Salute your most honorable and worthy opponents.
All right. Well, it's a little less. I'll jump up in the next round, fix it.
I can scoot over and kind of.
All right. So we've got a black box, but it's fine. We'll just be radio announcers. Certainly sounds like there is combat happening.
I can do like Daredevil commentary. Sounds like someone's taking a step.
Here we go. Oh,
Very nice.
we're almost there.
So a brief clip of a centurion.
Good honor. Good honor. Go home with Paul.
All right, sounds like we might be having technical difficulties on site that we may not be able to resolve. I'm going to keep y'all posted, but we may end up losing our live feed for today. In the event that we do that, we can still post the pairings for folks and keep folks updated on the status of the tournament.
All right. Well,
if y'all want to hang around for a few minutes, I'll put up our information screen again and I'll keep everybody updated.
okay.
We'll be here.
Cool.
Looks like we have some fun subtitles happening right now. I'll talk about the pairings. So we had Martel versus Turpin here. Both are very competent melee commanders, actually. So certainly would be an interesting fight on the individual field. Martel, of course, is a knight,
Ivy.
and our cat is our actress.
Okay, I think we're back.
Maybe. A little bit of a camera relocation happening.
So on that last pairing, Martel took the win.
Lord Gunnar Bjornsson!
So that would be Martel advancing, Sir Martel advancing next round. So now we have Skeggy, and Tegan.
Tegan, yeah. Noble Tegan.
Noble Tegan.
This will be an interesting fight because Tegan, a lefty, got Sir Skeggy. He's got that huge shield, but because it's strapped, hard to get across your body for the lefty. So he's going to have to really pivot through his body to block that lefty. Same thing. Tegan's taking it what looks like a center grip, slightly easier, but he's still fighting the same thing. He's going to have to rotate away from those high wraps, those high crosses that Skeggy has.
So, interesting fact: Skeggy also our newest knight of Ansteorra.
Ooh.
Oh, that's exciting.
He was announced at a golf, and what was
elevated at North Keep.
Yes, elevated North Keep.
And then for anyone else wanting to see a knighting ceremony, we will have Baron Philippe being elevated in September.
In Fenningath's event.
In Fenningath.
War of Ages, I do believe.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Looks like we're having a little bit of trouble again. That's all right. We'll just keep talking.
Again, yeah. Anytime you got a righty versus lefty, especially when you're taking a center grip, your size doesn't really matter too much. How big you are, how big your shield is, if it's a strapped shield against a hand-matched opponent. So that'll be an interesting dance for both of them.
We've got Prince Macaulay and Princess Cat looking on eerily.
Are we muted?
From us.
Nope, you guys are coming through just fine. Looks like they're still adjusting cameras and audios on site, though.
Oh, okay, on the stage.
All
Gotcha.
right. Oh, here we go.
And we have some video back.
Looks like Tegan leaning in, ready to get in there fast. Seems like he knows the game plan.
We've got Tegan in a 14th century-esque kit here on the left, and Skeggy rocking a sort of Byzantine Varangian Guard look on the right.
The way, looks like that stab mix. The way, woo! Yeah, that's a lot of man to run into.
A scorpion over the top, I think, is what landed there. Scorpion shot over the top. So basically, because Skeggy is quite a tall man, was able to reach over the top and slow down on the back of the opponent's head or his back.
Did they call that point first? Yes, Skeggy took the first point. Yep.
Point first to Skeggy.
Oh!
We have a double there.
Yeah, double face shot. When you're especially when you're fighting an opposite-handed, as you're throwing that offside, you're open too. Had the same idea. Looks like that wrap got him. It was a clean wrap. Got him on the
ground here.
He's doing a really good job of perching his hips away, coming across his body, doing everything he needs to be fighting lefty.
And a face
beautiful offside slash stab.
The second point and around to Sir Skeggy. Definitely an example of righty versus lefty. You can see them working their distance. We will have Gunnar versus the Deadly Bye.
Do we know
who's running the bye? Is that
riding the bye? Who's the bye today?
Find out.
That's not Hari, is it? That looks like Hari.
Oh yeah, I made that hood.
That looks like Centurion Hari is coming in with the Florentine for a very, very deadly bye.
So Centurion Hari at the last crown, or the one previous to this one.
Coronet.
At Creppen and Torrens crown tournament, took second place in the unbelt.
Yes.
to Valor, who then was immediately announced for knighthood.
Yeah.
So Ari is not terrible.
No.
Our runner, I have not seen fight too much. I believe I saw him at Medfair. He's a very competent fighter, so it's not going to be easy for either of them.
He's been on the 100-day Pell Challenge, training regularly. Looks like he's been trying to improve, taking in a lot of feedback. He's taking a center grip, which is what you want against a Florentine. The thing you can look for from Gunnar is high to the face, tying up that left hand.
What would you say is the trick to beating a Florentine?
Be a better Florentine fighter. Crossbows, 9-foot spear.
You want to overwhelm them. Don't let them play their game.
So if you're fighting the Sven style of Florentine, the main thing is going to be tying up that left hand and rotating towards the left side. Pretty much you want to fight him similar to like you would fight a lefty, and then hope your reflexes kick in to block any righty pops that come in. But that lefty is your main deadly weapon. So if we see him pull the shield across, then we know we'll have.
Keeping his shield on his left side there. Yep. Gets the leg shot. You can roll an A-frame against a flow fighter. It is just a lot more active blocking with your shield.
Yeah, if you're going to keep that, I always tell people bring your shield over. If you're going to keep it fanned out, you got to be ready to hand block that sword.
So I believe that first point was to deadly by. There's that left-handed wrap again. Looks like he didn't get enough on it.
And you got to let you stab in.
Face stab there.
Again, Hari hits very hard, very competent, very skilled. He's always improving. He is Sir Ragnar's squire, and Hari's up there. He's up there with anyone else, I'd say.
Definitely a good deadly buy for the day.
Very, very deadly buy.
Orion versus Bernhard. Now, Orion's been getting pretty far in these tournaments. So we will see today if he makes it all the way.
Orion being a very active, very kind of boxing style, he will close in very quick, kind of negate a lot of your attacks. So it's going to depend if Centurion Bernhard can grab him, Centurion Thomas can grab him on the if he can get him on the way in. That would be the way to get it. Either get him at range or get him on the way in. But Master Orion is very good at immediate A range. That's exactly where he wants to be. Okay, yeah, that's who Thomas Bernhard is. Okay. Right?
Sometimes we know people by their Facebook names and not their SCA names, but that's okay. We're all friends here.
So, or I would just say Centurion Thomas Bernhard, very, very quick. He's a very strong guy, and he uses a very medium to light sword. He has very, very good hand speed. So again, good matchup. Someone that's good in A range, someone that could possibly catch them coming in. It's going to be an interesting play out.
Everyone, letting us know the commentary is helpful. If there's anything we're saying or not saying that would be helpful, let us know. We'll keep an eye every now and then on the comments. And if you're just hearing us, we have a cat and a dog who are learning to get along. So if we start yelling random names in the middle of the fights, it is because we are telling the cat and the dog to calm down.
Right.
So Orion actually was a knight and retired his belt to instead take the master path.
You got the Balder. Yeah. So again, a slightly smaller strap shield on Orion with a slightly larger center grip on Centurion Thomas. You immediately see the hand speed, Centurion Thomas. You see the circling, wanting to close in, waiting for his moment to strike from Master Orion.
Definitely some fast hand speed.
Yeah, and
Orion is looking to overwhelm here.
And not to say Orion has slow hand speed, not at all. You can see both of these guys very, very fast hands. That larger shield of Centurion Thomas kind of gives him some defense, and that's why Master Orion wants to get in that range.
So Last I saw Master Orion training, he was working a lot on footwork. So we see some of that coming into play here as he is circling more than he used to, moving in and out more than he used to.
And he had really good movement before too. He's always moving around looking for his opening. You see Bo kind of pushing him in the corner, trying to negate. I did not hear that.
Really hard
I think
to
they
hear.
said Orion. They said Master Orion.
Here, we're getting it sent to us. Holly again, stepping into chat with everybody. Rocking a nice Roman, always a good look for the summer.
Scandalously showing his ankles.
It's okay. He's a Roman. He's a Roman prince today. We've got the dog here sitting under us.
Prince having words with his fighters.
It's always good to see whoever is the person presiding over the tournament, whether it's Landed Nobility for their champions or the Crown Princess or Crown and Coronet, taking an active role, making sure the fights are clean and that they look appropriate to all of the populace. Orion rocking some offsides here. Looks like we got a leg shot in there somewhere.
Looks like that offside might have been a little tippy off the top of the head, but that got his shield way up. That let Orion swoop down and get the leg out. Now we have a leg, Centurion Thomas, and we got a standing there having a conversation.
So in Ansteorra, the tradition is that you offer a wounded opponent the opportunity to yield the fight and seek treatment with no loss of honor. So I believe that is what Orion was doing there. Like Centurion, Thomas has declined to yield, so he will fight from his knees.
We see Master Orion trying to snipe that offside. Oh, there it is. He was trying to snipe that offside, so trying to get his arm, which caused him to kind of open up a little bit to protect his arm. When he opened up, made a gap in his helmet. Orion went right down the middle.
That is victory to Orion. You guys didn't hear that initially. So far, the people we have moving on are Alexander Crane, Martel, Stagey, and Master Orion. So up next, we'll have Sir Evil. I think he actually might use Radari Evil.
Radari Evil.
I'm not positive, but he is a knight. Cadmus, who's a Centurion.
Yes. It looks like Centurion Cadmus is taking Florentine out. No, he's not. Never mind.
Sorry, it's a little greeny. We're seeing the same thing you guys are.
Wait, he might be.
Looks like Ewolf's rocking that oval shield that we see a lot in Ansteorra.
He is taking
yes,
Florentine.
Cadmus is fighting Florentine. He typically with weirder styles, so he's matched Mimadu versus Madu before. He likes Florentine.
Yeah, he likes everything. He's definitely a multi-talented, multi-style fighter.
Not really a straight sword and shield kind of guy.
Not to say he's bad with the sword and shield either.
He's a Centurion, so he is a multi-weapon form. Briar. Briar is the name of my dog.
Yeah. Behind us, you can see the kitty making an appearance. This is Ivy. And then maybe you can see the tiny bit of a snoot of some Briar ears poking through.
Briar desperately wants to play with her new sister. So we've got Macaulay coming out. I assume wishing all the fighters good luck and to have a clean and fruitful fight. Prince Macaulay exits the field. Looks like the marshals are going to take their position.
Centurion Cadmus being a Florentine fighter, he doesn't necessarily fight a pure spin style, but he does fight kind of his own kind of brand, and he incorporates things, and he's a very proficient Florentine fighter, I will say that. He knows what he's doing, and it's going to be interesting. Sir Airwolf, no stranger to fighting Florentine, so he's got that oval, which makes things a lot better, makes it a lot easier to cross block, but it's taking more of a Kali martial arts kind of stance with that high-low.
Got everyone showing their stabbing tips. So there you've got that left-handed wrap that really is the bread and butter of any Florentine fighter.
Had a discussion.
It's always good to communicate with your opponent about what was good, maybe what wasn't.
Looks like a shot might have landed, but he was right up against him, kind of a short stick. Didn't look like it had a full torque on it. It looks like they're discussing a lot of exchanges right there.
May not have had.
Yeah, when you're closed in on someone, a stick can land, but if you're hitting with the very base of the sword versus the tip, you're not getting any power. It's called short sticking. So while a shot might look clean or look like it delivered in armor, it's not giving anything. I believe that's what it looked like. And they're having a discussion about it.
There may not have been enough power on there. Going to go.
I thought they said cannabis. We'll find out.
I'll let you know when we know. First point was to Eagle.
Okay, first point to Eagle. I think he got in over with that right hand to the face.
Cadmus.
Don't block with that sword.
Cadmus might have hit him in a compromising area on that one. Sounds like from the commentary I hear out of that camera.
Ooh.
So Centurion Cadmus takes that point, the second point there. And we are going to the best 2 out of 3.
The way he's fighting with his 14 looks like he's using his lefty to kind of sneak in and get him to move, and then he's using his righty. Then you can watch where he's throwing his left. Centurion Cadmus, he's going to throw his left and then really rotate right, try to get that high or low right hand.
Very active fighting style. Can't stand still.
No. Looks like Adewolf took that.
The win goes to Sir Adewolf. I apologize if I'm saying any of these wrong. I am reading them. Looks like we have people watching from all over Ansteorra. Hello, Barony of Bonwick. Someone's visiting Bonwick for work. Good people
Howdy,
out there in
everyone.
Bonwick. And someone from Fingath. Love it. We've got good friends in both of those places. If you guys want to chime in the comments, we'll Paris or Adewolf defeats Centurion Cadmus. So up next we'll have Centurion Rolf versus Armor Runa, Noble Runa.
Now the thing about Runa is I know she's been working a lot, and the way she fights, she's done a really good job at using her height, taking a disadvantage and turning it to an advantage. She's done a really good job at closing off a lot of lanes, a lot of heights. When you start reaching to try to get around her because she's shorter, that's when she's been working on sniping in there. So this will be a good fight.
Seawinds. Magnus and I have a special place in our heart with Seawinds because we stole him from Seawinds.
That's where I got my start. I started fighting in Seawinds that third week of October 2016. After a couple friends went to I saw the SCA at a RealmsCon. I went out to practice, and here I am 6 years later.
Got Macaulay out here discussing with the combatants. Can't hear what they're saying, but that's probably for the best.
Yeah, usually nobles works with their combatants. Something maybe to be private. You could assume he's saying something akin to make it a clean fight. A lot of people are watching. This is my tournament. If I need to, I'll step in. I haven't seen anything too dirty or anything dirty necessarily at all in this tournament so far, which is nice to see.
Looks like they're going to redo the last point, so we will get a little more fighting in.
Oh, well, there we go.
I'm going to bring them back out and redo it. Now, we've lost our video here, but we will keep you updated. We've got someone on site messaging us. I'm going to refight the last round.
You done with this?
Nope. Okay. So you guys just have me for a second. Talking. Potentially discuss calibration a little bit before. So if anyone here is watching and is not familiar with the SDA, we call our own blows. So if your opponent hits you, it is on you to validate the blow. So there's no referee or anything really that's going to tell you whether you got scored on, whether it would be in like a Olympic style taekwondo or an Olympic fencing match. Sometimes you get these situations where you do refight points if somebody was unsatisfied or something like that.
It seemed like the prince might have been unsatisfied with that. It's hard to say. And like they said, looks can be very deceiving. They were both striking really fast. If you get a little bit of a block on a shot, it might still land, but not have enough. So, and especially in tournaments where a lot's on the line, you're going to
make sure they're clean.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're clean
and honorable. So we've lost our audio, but definitely Cadmus going to work with both swords here. Picked up a few blocks. Eadwolf definitely staying calm, keeping himself
good hand block,
sticking to his game. Gets a leg in there on Cadmus. They're tied up a little bit. Cadmus trying to reach for that face stab. Looks like he might have got it. We do not have our audio, so they're going to discuss it a little bit. Marshals coming in maybe to offer some of their wisdom. So marshals typically will not step in unless it's a safety issue, but you are always welcome to seek the advice of them if both fighters, maybe things happen so quickly, sometimes you want an outside source letting you know maybe what happened. So we had all the marshals. We had Prince Macaulay.
Did they call it a double? It looks like they are. Well, they're staying. Oh, he's fighting with his arm lost.
Has an arm. So we've got.
There it is.
Sir Eadwolf getting that point on Centurion Cadmus to take the win. Yep, winner Eadwolf.
I've seen if the baby was still behind us.
No, we've got Briar the dog here, but Ivy the cat has departed. So now we've got Runa coming out, fighting for Doña Asiler. And Rolf Smithbeard. Let me double check who his consort is.
And again, Runa is not fighting with a particularly large shield, but she's not particularly large either. So that shield covers up most of her body. So this is you got a David and Goliath thing going on here. Runa being one of the shorter fighters, Kingdom. And Rolf being one of the taller. So.
Oh, hi, Colfina.
Oh.
Let's see.
It's on the Vindheim, too.
I cannot find the list, but if someone wants to drop in the comments.
Look up the Principality. It should be just a little bit down.
I can pop in here. I have the pairings up on my computer. Centurion Rolf is fighting for Lady Orlay Orlay.
Obviously, Centurion Rolf being His Highness's champion,
and Runa being His Highness's man at arms.
So little family on family violence in here. Champion on family violence. So.
Got our salutes going.
Both of these fighters have spent a lot of time with His Highness, and no doubt training and fighting with him.
Got to salute the consorts.
It looks like Rolf is taking a strapped heater. Now appears to be a larger strapped heater. Yep, and Runa's taking that kind of square style center grip.
Salute each other. Yep, we love fighter hugs.
So the main thing you're going to want to see from Runa is her pressing in and rotating towards his sword side, not letting him pull that sword away because he's got height, reach, and strength advantage. You got to take those away from him.
So what she wants to do is get inside of his range. It seems counterproductive to move towards the thing that is swinging at you, but that is actually the least painful place to be. So we've got Ralph here trying to keep her at his distance. If you are the taller fighter, you want to fight at your distance. You don't want to let them get in on you.
No. Shorter fighters are usually faster. Looks like you pushed her back, tried to get a high wrap.
Doesn't look like anything landed there. Sorry, we've got Runa covered up by Ralph here, so it's a little hard to see
Runa,
what's happening.
Yeah, Runa, she's been fighting long enough. She's used to being people trying to push her around, people trying to take advantage of her size, and I know His Highness has worked with her a lot to turn those weaknesses, like I said, into strengths. So this is a you got a David and Goliath thing going on here. Runa's being one of the shorter fighters, Kingdom. And Rolf being one of the taller. So You see her throwing that high cross, whoop, and got ran over. What you saw there is you saw her throwing that cross, trying to pull his shield in, and then she was going for the leg.
So Ralph's going for that high scorpion. You also see Prince Macaulay throw that one a lot. He loves good scorpion.
Yeah, that's his favorite shot.
I'm assuming, I don't know if that was a hold called or if somebody took that point, but I will see.
It looks like it was a hold called.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. You see Runa doing a great job at like closing off that shoulder.
Going for the legs here.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're a small fighter, you really gotta pump it in there.
Yeah, chop that tree down. And that's a large timber right there.
When you are not the biggest, buffest one on the field, you really have to make sure your form is on point to get the amount of power that you need.
And he seems to be doing a good job at dropping that shield at the last second to get some. Looks like he's got the inside.
He's gonna go for her legs.
Yep. It looks like he tied up her arm, tied up her shield, got in.
There. Yep. First point.
Centurion off.
Looks like Marshall's gonna ask if they're both satisfied with that point.
Oh, are they? Well,
potentially, we're gonna say it wasn't a point, and she just was hitting a leg. Waiting for our on-site correspondence
for confirmation.
What's going on.
Waiting for withdraw the point leg. Okay, cool.
It was a leg shot. So,
well, now the entirety of Runa is covered up.
I mean, some people.
I believe Rolf took that
looks like
point.
Rolf just got that point. Hello, and from Glaslin. Love Glaslin. His Highness really loved all of his shots.
Yeah.
But
his scorpions is
you're a fan of the scorpion.
His high scorpion and his and he almost throws that scorpion almost as like an offside at times.
A little bit of sound coming back in. Runa trying to sneak in a face stab there.
Fun fact about His Highness, he is 6'2" with a 6'10" arm span. So his shots come in the rock climbing community, they call that your ape index, your height to arm span ratio. And he has a crazy long one. Yeah, so at 6'2" with the 6'10" arm span, his shots are coming in at way different angles than it seems. I know I've been hit by a lot of them. So
I've got a little up close brawling.
Good thing about Runa, like I said, she goes from blocking the looks like that stab, beautiful inside stab.
Great stab to the face or neck area.
What I was saying, Runa was doing a good job. Blocking her head and blocking her legs is not a big adjustment because of her height and her shield size. She went from blocking her head to her leg really easily, whereas taller fighters have a bit more movement. So she's doing a good job, and it seemed like Rolf saw that and then brought his sword on the inside to get that stab.
Well-timed point.
Very clean stab.
Macaulay is going to go, Prince Macaulay is going to go check in, looks like, with everybody. So, to recap, the folks we will see again next round will be Alexandre Crane, Sir Martel, Sir Skeggy, Master Orion, Sir Eadwulf, and Centurion Ralph.
That's a good list. I think any of those coming up would make a good prince for the kingdom, or for the principality rather. And there's going to be some good dances between those matchups. Excited to see what the pairing is going to be.
Chime off in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Getting cryptic messages from our correspondents on site. So they will probably give everybody a chance to get some water. So Centurion Ralph trains a lot with their Skeggy, so you'll see a lot of similar fighting. That makes sense.
Exactly.
They are similarly big brawny boys, so
former squire brother. I guess you would say they're still squire. They are all squired to Sir Rabbit, which is not his actual name. Cassius. Sir Cassius. They're Centurion Rolf, Skaggy, and Bear and Merrick are all squire. Well, now Skeggy is a knight, but we're squire to Sir Rabbit. Sir Catamus.
Close this other.
So yeah, you're going to see a lot of similar training. They're all similar builds. I think all three of them about, 6'6", big boys, know how to use their weight, and still very, very tricky for their size, which is when you get a bigger guys that can move with some skill, that's when it gets really dangerous.
Ulfer from Northkeep. Hi, Ulfer.
What's up? Is that a little kissy face? Yeah, it is. You have a doggy right here. Briar Underfoot is being very underfoot. Yeah, I think.
Briar, come here. Come say hello to the people. I'm gonna bring Briar on camera while we wait for the pairings.
Oh
Here she
yes.
is.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
This is Jarl Floki's senior squire.
Yes, this is the senior squire.
Senior squire Briar.
Underfoot.
She is the senior squire to me and Aethelwyn because she is better behaved than us. Okay, bye, Briar.
So if you want to relay that.
Yeah. All right. We are going to drop out for a bit, get ourselves some drinks. Prince Aaron has turned in. He had some family business to attend to, so he could not make it, but we are glad to know he is there in spirit. Hello, Prince Aaron.
Hi, Your Highness.
Magnus and I are going to drop out, refill our waters. We will be back in time for the next round. If there is anything you want to hear from us or that you like, let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
And we will get that going the next round. We will see you all soon.
Be right back.
All right, we are back. We're adding a little Ansteorra swag. It's the back of our live stream here.
And I went and grabbed my Centurion mug.
My mug has a mushroom on it.
Yes. Oh, this is going to be a good one. So we got
Alexon and Skeggy.
So again, if Skeggy's got to kind of pick his poison. If he cuts his shield across to block that Madu, he's leaving his head open for Straight Alexan's right hand to come up top. And then if Skeggy can close and get in and press against and negate that Madu, then there's not a lot of surface area to block if you're in close. Straight Alexander's going to need to really rotate towards that shield side if he closes in, or to his shield side if he closes in. You see him projecting, ready to hand block that.
Madu will give you a little bit of extra range depending on how you throw it. So that's something Skeggy has to be aware of. Usually what I do when fighting a Madu fighter is test their center defense first. Lots of people like to go to the outside with the wrap first. No, it's like that's what Skeggy's doing. Oh, there we go. Yep, that wrap to the side was good.
Was it good? You saw him lean. We saw Alexander come down to block that. We saw Skeggy lean in and get around that edge, or around that edge of that Madu, and came in at a good angle. Skeggy throws with plenty of power, so.
Yeah. So that first point is to Skeggy. Here we go.
Yeah, you don't wanna just let a Madu fighter stay at range and pick at you. You go in fast and you back him up.
I mean, I personally think that you should always just let Madu fighters stand at their range and do what they want. Skeggy going for that same stab wrap combo.
Nothing on that one.
Alexander was ready for it this time.
Yeah. We saw him pick his hand up when that stab came in. He deflected it with his right hand. We're a little laggy. Okay, we're good.
Alexander using that tip of the Madu to threaten, keep Skeggy at distance. Skeggy gets in.
We saw him get a good block. He wasn't falling for that wrap again. Went in for the stab. Saw Skeggy lean back, and then it was just a lot of on shield and on a lot of blocks after that.
Here, just couldn't quite get those spikes in.
Through the same wrap, it looks like Alexander was ready again. Pulled his hand out.
So the mark of when a fighter starts getting to the higher levels, if you kill them with something, they will no longer let you kill them with that thing.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I see a little face stab there from Alexander, and that is what the Madu is good for, part of why I love it. You can really mess with people's distance there.
Looks like Skeggy had that shield edge closed off and a sword ready, but Alexander was ready and threaded that needle. Again, this is
point control, a critical skill for a Madu fighter.
This is his primary style.
So this is Skeggy is going for beautiful face stab there from Sir Skeggy. Paying him back for that face stab he just got on him.
We saw Alexander was trying to go with the top spike and just Sir Skeggy wasn't having any bit of it, was just leading him out. Anytime he tried to go in with that top spike, Sir Skeggy was leaning away, negating that. And then when you go for that top spike, the problem is your defense is now away from you. So it looks like Skeggy might have thrown a wrap to bring his arm out because he was doing a good job blocking that, then switched to the middle, got that stab right down the middle.
Yeah, you really,
very high level chess match.
Fighter definitely needs to overwhelm them. So with that beautiful face stab, we will see Sir Skeggy in the next round. Up now on the floor, we've got Master Orion versus Sir Martel.
This is going to be a good fight. Both of them have a very similar type of explosive in and out type fights. Both of them are kind of throttling, then they go pedal to the metal. So this will be interesting. We see both of them taking strap, with Martel one of the larger Pravi style strap, and
Martel is here on the left, and Centurion Cloak, Orion on the other side, also in blue with the small round.
Both peer level fighters, both know what they're doing, both have fought each other plenty of times.
We get some fighter hugs in, there we go.
Similar height, similar stature, similar fighting style. So this is going to be a good matchup. Oh, they just gave each other a little bonk on the head. Both of them fan of the headbutts. Both of them setting a tone early on. A nice friendly, but with an underline of we're both going for this. Fun fact, Sir Martel can bend steel with his hands.
I watched him before Prince Macaulay was Prince Macaulay bend Macaulay's bracers back into shape with his bare hands.
Yes, the hardened steel.
And then later that day, let this man swing a sword at me. So, whoever said heavy fighters aren't smart, you're right. Definitely sussing out each other's range here. We've got lots of footwork going on. So this is something you see a lot of the time in high-level martial arts. Once you get to the higher levels, it really is mostly positioning more than it is throwing shots.
We see them both pawing at each other. They're both playing from high guard to feeling out more like that mid-level, mid-chest guard. We see Orion's hand a little lower, coming across. Nothing on it.
Shots in there. Looks like everybody got shield.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it for a sec. Seems like they're both satisfied.
With their unsatisfaction?
Yes, well, satisfied with the calling. Martel going for the arm a little bit here. So you see Martel maneuvering his body. That's something Rolf Loki likes to do as well. Basically, you're lying with your body trying to get them to bite in one direction so that you can hit them in the other direction.
Both of them doing very good shield work. Anytime they change their sword position, their shield matches, so they're not leaving any openings. If you watch Martel's hand come up, his shield immediately comes across. Same thing with Master Orion. Anytime they're moving, they're not leaving much open for either each other. Both of these guys have done a pretty good job at stalemating each other so far.
So we've got Martel here controlling more the center of the ring. Orion's sticking to the outside more.
Which makes sense. He has a smaller defense, smaller shield, so he has to be a little bit more active with his feet, where Martel can kind of just wade in, not have to worry about his legs getting picked up. When he's blocking his like his chest, low face, his legs are also blocked. Whereas
oh boy! Martel picks up the block there. Oh, Orion is tired of waiting. He is going for it now.
So this is what I said earlier, is that they will throttle, just barely at idle, and then they will go pedal to the metal. Expect something similar to happen from Martel too. Both of these are drag racers. They can just floor it and go 0 to 100 in less than a second.
Lots of sword clashes here. Part of learning to throw a shot is to throw a shot in a way that can block other people's shots from hitting you. So it looks like they both picked that up pretty well. Obviously, because they're both fighting peers. Martel, cool as a cucumber. Despite Master Orion's onslaught there, going for a face stab. Just reminding him, hey, I'm in your distance. We're still fighting.
Nice pickup up with that shield of that face, of that snap to the face.
Back in range here. Another face stab. Doesn't look like he quite got it in there.
Yeah, it was a little bit of shield. Yeah, I expect this is going to be quite the chess match, and you could just see every step Martel takes forward, taking a step back. If you're newer to heavy fighting, you're just watching, take a second and just watch the way their feet move. Watch the way that they're positioning. They're reading each other's energy very well.
So when we say controlling the fight, a lot of that means play your game, play at your speed. Don't let them play at their speed. And both of these guys are very good. So it's interesting trying to see one of them move the other into a position that they don't want to be in. Looks like Sir Martel got that face shot in there on Master Orion.
Looks like Orion might have come down for a shot, didn't have enough on it, and his sword might have gotten caught. Martel took advantage, came across, clean to the jaw.
Very nice. First point, Sir Martel. We need to get like a replay button.
with the cutaway.
Set on the list for next Coronet.
That was a very powerful wrap that went in. Martel picked it up last second. Good stab to Molinet. Orion picked it up. Again, these two know each other so well. At this point, the winner, you're not beating his It's a game of inches at this point, millimeters even.
Just trying to get your opponent to make a mistake before you do. I know these guys have trained with Duke Jason a lot, so you may see a lot of similar things. All right, we're still going.
Yep.
You can see them. They know exactly when they get into their opponent's range. It's when they pick up their shield, they'll stop resting it. Holding your shield up for an entire fight is not pleasant.
No.
So if you can get out of range safely and put your shield down for a little bit.
I hate it so much that I stopped using a shield.
Tried to sneak in a flat snap there. Sir Martel did. Orion picked up around. Ooh, slide
A
a
very
little
good
bit.
exchange.
These little polished concrete floors sometimes can bleed some of your traction out.
Yeah.
Exchange of flat snaps there.
Might have been a tiny bit on the head, mostly shield.
So something to remember, just because contact occurs does not necessarily make it a good blow.
Yes.
So the fighters and the marshals and Prince Macaulay has shown that he is actively watching.
Yes.
We'll all know better than we do, so we leave it up to them to make sure everything is fought to the satisfaction of all present.
Mm-hmm. We're just here calling it like we see it from the stream. There was a clash there.
Martel picked up,
Mm-hmm.
which looks like all of it on his shield.
Martel threw a snap in. Orion picked his shield up, got it. The thing about that smaller strap shield, even though you sacrifice a little bit of passive defense, you gain a lot of active defense. It's a lighter shield, much more mobile. Orion's, that is, his little round. And it's strapped to his arm, so he gets to use his full shoulder and arm to move that light aluminum shield. It's moving very fast. See both of them as they get closer, their hands kind of come up a little higher, getting ready to block those crosses. Went for a leg. Martel feinted out, or voided out, rather.
So you are really getting a master class here in positioning with your feet.
Mm-hmm.
See, like the amount they're moving proportional to the amount of shots thrown is like they're really just trying to position, get the other fighter out of position. A couple of shots thrown in here. Looks like it was all shield and basket hilt.
You see a lot of them doing that. They'll do a snap and then they'll bring over deep, trying to get that offside in.
It's also the snap to offside keeps your basket from your face, so it's a nice defensive shot to throw as well.
Looks like Orion sneaked in a little slot snap right to the face. Martel threw a shot. Looks like his defense might have been just a tiny bit open, and Orion threaded. Couldn't exactly see the angle. It was either kind of look at a middle between a snap and a slot. Came to the face. So
that point originally to Master Orion. Looks like we are going to discuss it. Lots of active discussion happening in this coronet, which is great.
Yes.
It's always good to make sure that everyone leaves feeling happy, or at least that everything has been discussed well.
Yes. Might not necessarily be as happy as you would like to be because you lost, but as long as everyone's satisfied with the way the fight went in terms of clean, honorable, and calibration.
Checking out Martel's
Interesting. Sword. I'm not sure he was checking the tip of his sword. Maybe he was checking the stabbing tip. I can't say for certain.
He could also just be playing with swords because
nope,
they're checking out the stabbing tip.
Okay.
Maybe it flew off. Seems like they're satisfied, or someone's going to get him a new stabbing tip. They're going to keep chatting.
Again, they're having a conversation.
I don't see anything in any of our chats, so we are in the dark with you guys. Thank you again to everyone joining us. Prince Aaron, always good to have you online with us if you are still watching.
Everyone from Seawinds. We had some people up from North Keep. We had some people all around.
All right. We got some fighter hugs.
Okay. Are we going? I guess that's being sustained. 1-1. I do believe.
Seems like Baron Sir Arthur is saying 1-1. So this marshal here in blue on the right actually was the first ever Baron of the Barony of Elfsea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, seems like it's 1-1.
So it's for all the marbles now, for all the jelly beans. You know, it's all on the table right now. Again, what you're going to see is they try to open each other up with these snaps. And then anytime you get that opening, that's when they're going to be coming down the line.
Yeah,
That's how both of them scored their points so far.
a big part of fighting is training your opponent to do what you want, training them to move their shield and their sword where you want them to move it.
When you're on the field for this long and it's 1-to-1 points, 1 point to 1 point, it could be a interesting mindset because you've spent so much time and there's been so little happening. Whereas, if you're doing pickups, you spend this much time, you might have done, half a dozen fights or more. So they're both 100% up, both, poised, and both are going for it. So
there's definitely, a different way you fight in pickups versus when it is a tournament where, if you lose, you're out. Pickups are definitely a time for trying new things and dying fast.
Good high block from Orion, both to take that offside into his sword and snap into a shield. They disengage. He wants that center again. Yeah. Oh, okay. It looks like the last second.
Some smoke.
Yeah, he threw a fake high to a wrap. Luckily, like I said, because Orion has that more mobile shield, he was able to get a little bit of edge on that. Just enough.
Game of inches.
And
sometimes this heavy fighting.
You take a couple of percentage points off a hit with your shield or basket, it goes from being an atomic hit to not good. And that's the thing. You might see something that looks like it landed, but if it just barely nicked that shield edge, which it did in this case, you lose all your power on it. Especially the speed these guys are going at. Yeah.
Ooh, big exchange there. It doesn't look like anything landed.
Mm-hmm. I do know both of these gentlemen prefer a medium to medium light, kind of sword unless they change something. So a lot of these hits you're going to see, you got to get, unimpeded or get in super fast. You get a lot more speed and mobility with the lighter sword, but you do lose some power and authoritativeness.
So
that's why you see them really throwing hard.
Also, the way that these gentlemen are throwing, it keeps their sword basket in front of their head to help protect them. Also, yes, for our person in the comments, JP and Daffod did withdraw.
So it's interesting to have a full non-royal list. So no one in this list had been king or prince before, which is very interesting. And
definitely nice to get some fresh blood in sometimes.
Yes. Interesting jump shot. Looks like Martel picked up most of that with the shield. And of course, if I'm saying names without saying sir or anything, I know a lot of these people on personal level, I do not mean any insult by that. Ooh. Okay. Well, he went in for the stab, and it looks like he brought his shield across to block that stab, and then Martel swooped in. So while his shield was down blocking that stab, head was open right across the top, Martel with that snap. Beautiful. It's something we train a lot is that stab to snap, because it's going to get them going one way, and once they go the other way, you come across the other. So
it's just such a nice, easy transition as well.
And your body just turns into it. So that was...
So, yeah, we've got Sir Wolfgar Martel wins.
Very nice, yeah.
So our next pairing is going to be...
Very, very fun fight to have watched. It was a very good one.
Sir Abel versus Centurion Ralph.
Like, certain people just shouldn't jump.
All right, so again...
Got some horizontal video going now.
Oh, interesting. So both of these gentlemen, similar stature. I think Rolf takes a little bit of the height. But again, we got a center grip for Treowolf, and we got a strapped heater. So again, that's going to change the style a little bit. Both righty, of course.
So your strap shields are going to allow you a little more passive defense versus a round shield. It gives you a few more options, but also you have to be more active with it.
And a round shield is more easier displaced. So I find round shields, I can get them going one way or a lot or the other, one way or the other. Whereas a strap shield, it's always going to be on their body there. So from the perspective of Florentine or lefty fighter, I love fighting strap shields because it's hard to get around their body. If I'm fighting righty against a strap shield with my oval, it's much harder because that side of their body is just always blocked. So righty on righty.
Salutes to the consorts here and to your opponent. And something to remember always about STA fighting, especially when you enter these big tournaments like Coronet and Crown, is you are not just fighting on your honor, you are fighting on the honor of your consort. So it is important that you comport yourself in a way that you represent everyone associated with you well, which so far everyone here has done.
From our perspective, it's been a very clean fight. We see Airwolf covering his body, and then the sword higher cut blocking his face. So he's doing a high-low.
Like they're both just gonna test each other's fighting styles out here. Got some love for Ralph here in comments.
Rolf, who is His Highness's champion again.
Yep.
Looks like a little bit of shield might have been a tiny bit to the face, a lot on shield.
Nice little sword block there.
Ooh, inside slot. Yeah. So again,
Sir Adolf just very patient, waiting for him to open that up just enough to get that in.
Same thing as last time. The thing about that strap is you can't close it as much. There's a little opening, threaded that needle.
All right.
You see his hand coming across a little bit. If I had to guess, I think he's gonna feint. I think Airwolf might feint another center and go for a leg, but I am not a betting man.
There we go. Looks like he may not have had enough on it.
Yeah.
That wrap came in a little bit slow. But
Came in a little slow. It looks like it might have gotten the tip of that heater again. Hey, I did call it though.
Shields with corners. Ansteorra is very into the oval shields, but actually His Highness has convinced me to purchase a shield with corners.
You know,
the more I see those corners pick up those wraps, the more I am convinced.
You know, I used to be very against the ovals, but I used Duke Sven's. Oh, looks like stab kind of came in.
Potential tummy stab. Yeah,
and he will call it.
There we go.
I used Duke Sven's 2 foot by 2.5 foot small square shield, and that was I was using it in a corner. While the corners got in my way, it definitely saved me a couple of times. I thought I was going to die. So maybe there is something to this corner game. I'm still hashtag Team Oval, but I not as extreme as I once was.
So that point was Trey and Rolf. A little bit of discussion. To our 30 viewers. And something to note, just because a call comes late does not mean that they didn't want to call it. Sometimes when you get these hits, it takes you a minute to feel them. Your adrenaline is so high.
Yes.
So, for example, I've had people who I hit in the arm and they didn't feel it, and then later they were like, "Oh, my arm really hurts. Like, actually, I'm going to take that." So sometimes it just takes a minute for you to recognize it.
And a stab isn't as authoritative in this. Rapiers are different, but in heavy, a stab isn't going to necessarily register as painfully as a snap, or as a hit does. So
and you guys have seen some of those wraps coming in, some of the flat snaps. They are not gentle.
No. And I assume everyone watching is, familiar with SCA heavy combat, but for those not familiar, these are not padded swords at all. These are rattan, which is similar to a solid wood. These people are basically swinging long police batons at each other. Looks like we had a wrap come in. It was a little slow.
Not enough power on those wraps. Either in the corner or thrown a little too slow.
Whoa. Rolf dropped his guard there. You got to keep it up if you're in range. Yeah. Both of these guys looks like they're slightly slowing, slightly tiring a little bit. It's a little deeper into the tournament. And they've had a very active fight.
Yeah, getting gas is really, it's all part of the game. How do you deal with being tired? How do you deal with?
Was that?
Yeah.
Is he going to call it? Okay. And he is happy with that. So they were both kind of out here trying to negate, and it looks like they will switch to the center. went right down the middle and got that face. I think they're discussing it.
Discussion,
It-
just to make
it-
sure.
You know, I can't call from over here. I could see it if they want to say go either way. I could see it going either way.
Consort's gonna check it out.
With how active they've been marshaling, I wouldn't be surprised if we see something else happen or not. It's hard to tell from this video. I'm not there.
I'm loving the active marshalling. I think it's great. I think everyone will walk away at least satisfied with the discussions they've had.
Yeah.
In a game where it's all about your honor and on your ability to call, I think this communication really is critical.
And they are, yes.
Seems like they are satisfied.
It looks like our victor, Mr. Aelwolf. I do believe.
Making himself known.
And even when he's no longer prince, I believe Viscount Macaulay will make himself known.
Certainly a wonderful prince for Vindheim these last 6 months.
Sounds about right. It's been a little bit of a blur for me. We're receiving confirmation from our correspondents on site.
Do you all feel like this is sufficiently no point?
Nope. No point.
Looks like no point was called on that last one. We may be having an issue with an injury or something. I will check.
I immediately saw Aelwolf walk to the side and take off his helmet and arms. I'm not sure if there's a overheating issue going on or a fatigue issue or a cramp issue. Hard to tell. Something is happening. All we have to go off of is no point so far.
We will update you when we know more.
There might be an injury with how everyone's congregating again.
I know, once you get really gassed out in these TV.
And, I forgot who it was, but, I think it was a boxer, might have been a fighter, said fatigue makes cowards out of men. So, if you get, when you're really fatigued, that is one of the worst feelings I've ever felt. I believe, it looks like he might be holding his hand. He's walking off to the left there. He's grabbing some water. Okay. Okay. He is having a respiratory issue with some asthma at the moment.
So just a reminder, everybody drink water.
Yeah. Hail hydrate.
Hydrate or die.
Hydrate or hydrate. Although, to be said, hydration does not,
asthma is asthma.
Yeah. A little bit of dehydration might exacerbate some asthma, but, asthma is one of those things you can't necessarily control, and it seems like everyone's understanding, letting things play out, and then
try to get in the fairest fight we can in the SCA. Sometimes that means just take a little break, catch your breath.
This is not ESPN. This is not UFC. You're not under a commission, so if someone needs to take a break and get their asthma controlled, that seems like something that they're allowing. Something I would certainly allow.
All right. We ask, where are people watching from? If you haven't signed in yet, let us know.
Let us know if you have any questions, where you're from, give a shout out.
Anyone got any shout outs?
Any bets on who's going to win?
I am not about to take bets.
I will not
live on this live stream.
While I am live, I will not take bets either. We do have, again, a very interesting matchup moving forward. My money would be on one of the fighters. If I were for winning, I would bet one of the fighters is going to win.
I thought one of the consorts was going to come in with a steel chair.
With the steel chair! With the steel chair! Although, looking at some of these consorts, I would not be surprised if someone threw a steel chair in.
I
mean that in a good way.
I
Still
feel
some
like
activity
we could
about.
potentially create a rattan legal steel chair.
Well, no, hold on. They just make rattan chairs.
Just buy a rattan recliner. Some people are asking how we got the commentary set up. This is run via StreamYard. Our Kingdom Web Minister, Honorable Lady Colfina, is handling all of the tech on the backside. I've got a microphone here that Magnus and I are talking into. Congratulations, Magnus, for getting your license. Yes, Magnus is a newly minted dentist.
Yes, that is the rumor. So we do have. I don't know. Hold on, let me change the brightness.
Honorable Lady Colfina, can we put up a picture of our rattan chair?
So we have. It's. Hold on. I can adjust this a little bit more.
Oh, here, she put us in the front seat.
So now we have a rattan chair. This would be considered. Yeah, we would just need to put some stabbing tips on the legs.
It has to be under 5 pounds. Methods must be under 5 pounds.
Hold on, let me get the description.
Man, I like your cat. Where's our cat? We should put our cat.
Has to be under 5 pounds. I'm not getting the weight.
Hi, Lady Anne. We are happy to be providing this. Looks like we're gonna put the live stream from site on a break while they get this handled. Don't worry though, we will still be here because we know that this is what you're tuning in for.
Yes.
Is listening to us talk.
Very colorful Centurion commentary.
You know, 2 Centurions and a microphone.
They let us in. So it seems like they're dealing with the medical issue. It seems like everyone's understanding and accepting of the situation. We definitely saw, it looked like Sir Aolf started off pretty fast. The shots were pretty crisp. And at a certain point, we saw him moving a little slower. I assume that's when the onset of his asthma came in.
Harper, thank you for the kind words. We are hoping that this will start a long line of available professional commentary.
Yeah.
Luckily, we were home with access to Wi-Fi today, so we were able to provide this for you. There is also a very robust team on site, making sure that
our on-site correspondents are making sure that's the only reason we're able to do this.
I'm going to list them off so that they all can get the
they
appropriate recognition. So we've got Baron Bowdwin out of Steps right now, is helping with the camera work. Our KSMO Koya, as always, the HBIC. Coordinating all of us, herding the cats, as it were. So thank you, Honorable Lady Koya. We have our web minister, Honorable Lady Colfina from down in Bringlod, not to be confused with Baroness Colfina, who is also delightful, as you saw earlier. Lysandra, I believe, is a mistress. She's a peer, I think. She's here. She was helping out with some of the camera work earlier.
Setups.
Mistress Elsa was helping with camera work earlier. We had Lady or Noble Malkin helping earlier, and Philip, who I apologize, I do not know your title, but is
all
our on-site correspondent. So they're going to redo that point due to the medical issue.
And it was 1-1, I believe.
Yeah, so it stands at 1-1. We're going to redo that last point. I've been unable to go to events for about 10 years. So thank you. We are so happy to help.
Yeah.
And hopefully this will be something we can offer for all of the major tournaments and the minor tournaments, if they get live streamed going forward.
And for those who don't know us, I'm Centurion Magnus Krebinson out of Steps.
And I am Centurion Marjorie, also from the Steps.
So, and we are a couple, obviously. For those who don't know, we're both.
I thought I would just like this random Centurion in my house. I thought it might be fun.
I had just moved in with Marjorie to be closer to my job that I am starting in about a month. So.
All right, so this is going to be the last.
Yes.
All right, last bout of this round. We're going to.
Sorry, it worked last time when I scared her. She had the hiccups.
I promptly kicked Magnus out of my house. So here we go.
Okay.
Philip's SCA name so that I can appropriately give him a shout out.
So
because he has been extremely helpful.
Both coming in.
Got a little bit of tussling, going for a leg shot there. He's gonna take it.
He's gonna take it. Okay, again, it didn't look super good to me, but you never know what you're feeling. Looks like he came in with enough power.
Sometimes
obviously,
that tip really dropped in.
Yeah, and Rolf, not a small guy, doesn't throw weak shots. Standing over.
So he's gonna try and smother Sir Adolf here and throw those scorpion shots.
Coming down, trying to stab down the middle.
So Sir Adolf
there it is.
Had his sword in his back blocking. Looks like Rolf got one in there. There's only so much you can do to block someone coming over you and hitting you in the back.
As he was trying to, plunge the sword down, his sword had to come forward to block, to block at the stab, and then he took advantage of that and instead of stabbing down, reached around, got him in the back. Looked like it was the back of the neck. Probably not the most pleasant place to take a full torque from Centurion Rolf, but
So
winner Rolf, yeah,
Winner Rolf,
Centurion
we
Rolf.
are getting our on-site correspondent's proper SCA name, which is Malcolm McCormick. Thank you,
Yes.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
He's been giving us all the good deets. So if you are on site and you see him or you see him later, be sure to thank him. And thank you to all of our tech friends here.
Yes. Allow us to be over here and run a commentary.
Yeah, we are happy we could still participate even though we were not able to make it up to the event today. Jarl Floki was going to join us, but then his sink exploded, so you're stuck with us. We're sorry.
His sink exploded?
He sent me a picture of
That
what
looks
came
like
out of his sink.
that looks like an exploded sink to me.
It looks like something that, if anyone here is playing Tears of the Kingdom, it looks like the gloom from Tears of the Kingdom, but it came out of his sink. Okay, so that is round 2. Moving on from that, let me get our list of people moving on. We had Skeggy, right?
We had Sir Skeggy.
Sir Skeggy, Sir Martel, and Sir Adolf. No, Ralph. Sorry. Centurion
Ralph. Champion Ralph.
Hello, Lady Revna. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you for
Welcome,
popping
welcome.
in. Welcome. So they're gonna.
Is that the new pairings?
No, that's the old pairing.
Oh, yep. So it's 3 of them?
Yeah, we will have 3. So
probably a round robin.
What happens is a round robin. I don't think that they'll bring in the Deadly Buy, but they might.
So we got Skeggy Rolf we got Sir Skeggy, Sir Martel, and Centurion Rolf. Wow, that's. Well, I could just say to the Principality. I mean, you're in good hands. Yeah, that's a win-win-win either way. All amazing gentlemen, all amazing people. Really looking forward to any of those. Reign. It's still considered a reign, right?
A reign? Principality reign?
Principality reign?
I'm so excited. We're excited too.
Yes, that's going to be a good, and that's, all 3 different styles. So that's going to be.
So Martel fighting for Lady Saint Dubois.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Skeggy fighting for Honorable Lady Emelina de Medelend. I am so sorry if I pronounce these wrong. And then
Ralph.
Ralph, where are you? Here. Centurion Ralph Smithbeard for Lady Oraith Ingen.
Ula Chain. Let's go with that.
We are so sorry.
I'm dyslexic,
okay.
So I did my best to pronounce that phonetically.
But yeah, seems like all of these pairings would make fine leaders for our wonderful Principality.
Yes. And then I do not know how active it will be right after that, but the champion will be an interesting one too. I don't know if I will gladly stay and run commentary on champion. That will be up to the prince. Usually the champion is done immediately after the prince. The current prince steps down, the new prince steps up.
They do their champion before. They did their champion before court last time.
They did it before the step down. So the incipient prince will run his championship, choose his style. Hopefully it's something horrible and sadistic like a 45-minute bear pit or something. That's what it was last time. But yeah, this is going to be good. So we got, Skeggy and Rolf have fought each other thousands and thousands. I mean, again, Squire brothers, they know each other. They've helped each other become, they probably wouldn't be here without each other.
And Martel is the general of the Ansteorra army, so definitely a well-known leader throughout the kingdom.
Well-known.
How does a round robin work? So they will, there we go, Silver Wolf Child, hello. They will fight until somebody loses twice. Yes. So the first person to lose 2 in a row, and then after that, the 2 people left who didn't lose 2 in a row will fight the finals.
Yes.
Does that make sense? So if it was like me, Magnus, and Floki, they'd send out me and Magnus.
Yes, this is Floki right here just pretending to be.
Magnus would beat me. They'd send out Floki to fight Magnus.
Floki probably
beats Magnus.
Yes.
They send me out to fight Floki. Floki beats me.
So now she's lost twice.
But it's not twice in a row.
So
then they send somebody else out to fight me. Magnus beats me. Now I've lost twice in a row. That makes the finals Floki and Magnus.
Yes. I don't want to fight Floki in no finals.
No, Floki always hits me where there's not armor. I'm not here for that.
Fun story. When I first moved up here, I was fighting at the time Centurion Floki, now Count Floki. Jarl. Jarl Floki. I was fighting and my kidney belt shifted up and got caught. And I tried to call a hole, but I had no breath, so he didn't hear me. So he just chopped me in the side where there was no armor. It was a very fun experience.
I said it was fun because everyone's SCA boyfriend should be a little bit scared of their SCA dad, and since Floki's my knight, he's basically my SCA dad.
And I'm her boyfriend, so and he's actually my uncle. He's my Jarl uncle.
One time we tried to call one of our knight squire brothers our knuckles, our knight uncle, and they were like, "Don't ever say that again."
No, it was Squunkle.
Never say that again. Mr. Skajira says kidney belts work great as sports bras.
Yeah.
I will just stick to my actual sports bras, but thank you for the option.
I might take that into consideration.
Yeah, just put it over your lacrosse.
My lacrosse gear.
Anybody else have any other questions? I guess we're just staying on now while they get all the pairings announced and everything. I mean, I think we're hilarious, so.
I think we're a little biased though.
Schedule.
Let's
Someone
see.
just sent us the schedule of how things are gonna go. So after this tournament, there will be a meeting with the incoming prince and princess. There will be a rapier champion tournament. If they live stream that, I don't fight rapier, but
I fight rapier.
I'm
not as well known, but I can do my best to give some commentary. If people would like that.
What is it? Qualified. A marshal has passed me to fight rapier.
Yeah.
But I mostly hang out on the heavy field. There will be a white scarf circle, so maybe we'll see some new baby white scarves today.
Then the armored champion around 2:30.
Evening court.
What's MOC?
Minister of Children.
Oh, okay. Oh, then some children activities will happen after that.
Magnus Matthew says kidney belt as nipple protection is also viable.
Just some.
It is your body.
Just some rondelles. Yeah, just some leather rondelles, some leather pasties.
I'm still waiting on someone to give me Centurion pasties so I can do the dishes in them.
Maybe now we can. Maybe now a generous viewer will go out and take that mantle to get the Centurion pasties.
I want to do the dishes in. I have a fighter-related question. What is something every fighter loves to receive? Water on a hot day.
What's something every fighter loves to receive?
Like
I mean,
compliments on their fighting.
Yeah,
we're not going to accept them because literally all of us have imposter syndrome, but we like to be told we're doing well.
The most important thing, I guess, like if you talk about, like, I'll just touch on the physical side and mental side. So on the physicality side, I anything with ice water, like ice, liquid IV, iced Gatorade. Anything, not something from a cooler with ice. The drink itself having ice in it, especially here in Ansteorra, any kind of iced drink makes a huge difference for me.
The stream is not sponsored by Liquid IV,
no.
But if someone from Liquid IV is watching and wants
to
sponsor
us, I will wear a Liquid IV patch on my arm.
I will hype up Liquid IV so much.
It saved my life.
Yeah. On the field, a brisk drink.
Yeah.
Off the field, like a little compliment.
Yeah,
when they look good.
I guess one of the best things from my perspective as a squire, being from my knight or grand knight, saying you didn't do bad is a good thing.
That sound when you hit someone with
that's
perfect
a good one.
The thunk. So if it's like a knocking sound, that's shield. But when you get that like meaty thump, you hit them, and that's yeah.
We definitely need a support group for squires that have been hit. Yes.
He's perfect.
Yes, we do.
Loki will literally be like, okay, we're just practicing. I'm only going to hit you in the armor, and then deliberately hit me in like any of my. I'm not a fat person. He will hit me in anything, like any of my fat that's sticking out from under my lamellar. So.
Foggy's definitely one of the fastest fighters.
He is not. He's a former Marine, so he's pretty mobile. Looks like we are back, so we may have the pairings here shortly.
We have not received confirmation on. We just were assuming it was going to be a round robin. That was generally a good assumption we can go off of, but
hey, Arthur,
they may bring the deadly buy-in. So we
mind?
Oh god. Well, for the semis.
Baron Arthur.
The format, each fight will fight. The first person with 2 wins stays. The other 2 will fight it out to be the second. So we're doing a round robin.
Okay.
Skaggy
and Martel will be fighting the first bout,
Okay.
and then they'll put on the second.
The last fighter will fight the loser of the first fight.
Yep. So,
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'll repeat that for everyone. So what they're gonna do, the first fighter to get 2 wins goes to the side, automatically into the finals. Then the 2 fighters that have lost once will fight each other. And the one that wins out of that will move on to the finals. Then those 2 finalists will fight. So round robin, just a slightly different tweak to the format than what we had explained earlier, but pretty much spirit of the same thing. Everyone's going to fight everyone. Then the 2 winners of that are going to fight each other in the finals. So we're going to go from 3 finalists to 2 finalists. Well, this would be a semifinals technically.
I also just got Ralph's lady's name is pronounced Orla.
Orla.
So
Lady Orla, Centurion Ralph fighting for
Lady Orla.
Lady Orla.
Okay, thank you. We apologize if we mispronounce anything. Just send us a message with as close to the phonetics as you can, and we will.
Yes.
rectify.
We see Skaggy pacing the field, looking very menacing.
Someone tell Martel to hurry up.
Yeah, so we got Sir Skaggy and Sir Martel.
Yep. Kingdom just posted in the comments. There will be a round robin for Sir Skaggy.
Sir Martel.
Sir Martel.
He technically is a Centurion as well, but he's a Sir.
Centurion, but he's Sir.
So we got 3 knights in the finals, which is
Nope, Rolf.
Oh,
Rolf Centurion.
other way around.
Martel's in this list twice. I'm looking at the commentary from that is what is happening.
Wait. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. We got 2 knights and a Centurion. Well,
Martel's
three
full name
Centurions,
is
2 of them that are also knights.
Wolfgard Martel. So Wolfgard and Martel are the same person.
Yes.
And then we have Centurion Rolf Smithbeard, and we have Sir Skaggy.
Yes.
Is that everyone good?
What's the new format?
What current format? What is it? Winner steps out, loser stays in, and then fights. Yeah, so they're going to do 1 and 1 and 1.
Okay.
So if one person loses twice, they're out. But if everybody beats everybody, then who knows what they'll do after that. So,
all right.
I'm sorry, everybody. Welcome to our world.
So I am. It's okay. Typing is very hard. So they're gonna do 1 and 1 and 1.
And first to 2 losses is out.
First to 2 losses is what it is.
All right, here we go. You can get us full screen, so sorry if we missed your comments at this point.
I'm pretty locked in now. We're having a little bit of static, a little bit of interference coming through, but looks like we're still getting a decent video.
So both these fighters pretty patient. Martel
Yes.
no stranger to the tourney field. Obviously, neither is Skaggy, as he just got knighted.
And he was His Majesty's champion,
Yes.
which is not an easy thing to do.
From Gabriel's champion.
So I believe they said loser is going to step off. Loser stays? Winner
We'll
steps.
find out when we have a loser.
Something's going to happen, and we will comment on it. So again, these 2, no strangers to fighting each other. We see Martel first taking up a buckler.
So Martel is a little shorter. Looks like he took the buckler, so he's probably planning on being a little more mobile in his last fight with Orion. That's just what I'm guessing. I'm not in his head or anything.
It is a slightly larger buckler with lots of corners. That buckler looks like it has
So look at
8
all the
corners. It has 8 corners on that buckler.
Those little bumps are really good for just catching the sword just enough to keep you alive. No points yet. Lots of big deep offsides from Skaggy. Big deep offside from
The thing we're going to look for is deep offsides, then feinting the other way, sliding the other way rather, and then going for wraps. See some good movement, good tracking by Skaggy, keeping him centered in his lanes. By that I mean the center. If you look at Skaggy's doing a good job of not letting Martel get beside him. Looks like Skaggy took that first one. So now we got the, again, former Squire brothers, King's Champ and Princess Champ. These 2 came up together. So this is, 2 basically two best friends, akin to two brothers fighting each other.
Point went to Skeggy.
These two have fought each other probably thousands of times, I would say. So they know where they're going to be. One of the newest knights, or the newest knight with one of the newest centurions. Looks like we got a leg in there. I'm not sure if he's.
The leg looks like it may not have had enough on it. We're gonna ask the marshal.
I think he's pointing to something to his basket. Okay, he's making sure everything was good. Again, it looked like there might have been a little bit of shield edge from that leg, or a little bit of shield caught before that leg came.
Something came off somebody. Doesn't look like it was a stabbing tip or anything.
Someone's, yeah.
Okay, got lay on again.
I tell you right now, both these men really want this, and they're not going to take it easy on each other. There it is. That one got in.
So we've got Skeggy on the right in the red, and Centurion Rolf on the left in the black. So you can still move when you are legged. You can knee walk if you want.
Skeggy's got that inside stab, really good.
Rolf going for the tummy stab, doesn't quite get it. Lamellar's really good for making those shots skate off. That was a stout shot to the back. This is why we cover our kidneys, by the way.
Yeah.
For everyone watching.
Okay, I do believe Rolf and Martel will fight for this semifinal. So it looks like Skeggy's going all the way. It looks like these two, lots of love and camaraderie for each other. Probably both super happy to see each other in the semifinals.
We will see Skeggy again in the finals, and we're going to watch Sir Martel and Centurion Rolf get out here for the last spot in that final fight.
Again, these two really good friends, fought each other a ton. Both longtime Northerners.
Honorable fighters.
Very honorable, very clean fighters.
Yeah, 2 knights and a Centurion walk. They all call it light.
Yeah. It's either the start of a horrible pun or an amazing opportunity for Principality. So I will just go ahead and say now, because I guess it's foreclosed. I had said I did believe Skaggy was going to get to the finals, didn't I? Before this, I said there was a pretty good chance.
So you're assuming that I remember anything that has happened.
So earlier today, when I saw this list, I had said I think there's a pretty good chance Skaggy gets to the finals. So she can confirm that.
All right, here we go. Our final finalists
for the right to fight for all the jelly beans.
Martel versus Rolf.
We got Martel coming in more mobile.
Martel leading with that TikTok.
Yeah.
Up top.
He is very good at that. Go for like the belly stab, come up top. He's going to be very fast.
Martel goes for that leg.
And he gets it. Yep.
The leg seems like he's been there a lot. So he's going to give Rolf the opportunity.
Is he doing it? Or no, I think he's just squatting down to.
He's going to offer him the opportunity to yield with no loss of honor or dignity.
Of course he's not.
Rolf says, no, I'm not yielding. I want to be the prince. Probably in a more honorable way, though. Don't quote me as like things people have actually said.
We do not have a live feed from there.
Yeah, we're not quite on the NFL mic them up in the helmets yet. Somebody scored a point. Give me a sec.
I do believe Martel got that. Looks like Martel, he was coming in, saw an opening, came in with a slash to the face.
Martel moves on. So
there we go.
A Martel Skeggy finals. Thank you again to Malcolm for the on-site assistance, letting us know what's going on site.
Wow. So Sir Martel and Sir Skaggy in the finals for the right to be named Prince of Vindheim. Amazing.
So there will be more fighting back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're taking a 5-minute break.
Checking on my water. I think we may take a 5-minute break as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and at least a couple minutes. We'll hop back in a second. We're gonna go grab some more water and
some snackies.
and some snacks. So we will be right back with y'all. Please put any questions, anything we could do. So I hope y'all are as excited as we are to watch this.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Back in 5.
Greetings, Ansteorra and Vindheim. I'm jumping in from the studio. I had a question in the comment. Will court be live streamed? Today, with our on-site team and capacity, we will not be live streaming Evening Court for this event or the Rapier Championship or Chivalric Championship. As folks get updates, we'll post them to our Ansteorra Facebook pages. So look for those once those conclude. Thanks for joining. Stick around for a few minutes and the tournament will resume with the finals of the Summer of Vindheim Coronet of 2023.
All right, everyone.
Hi. Good to know Colfina is a professional at putting me in the hot seat as soon as I put food in my mouth.
So, well, Centurion's back.
I gotta take advantage when I can. I'm turning my camera on because I might have an appearance from my cat, though. Come here.
Ooh.
Where's our cat?
Come here.
I can go find.
I'm sending Magnus to get our cat.
Oh. I got him. He's a kitty cat.
Look at this distinguished gentleman.
Yeah, he does not want to be here, though. He's fighting me.
No, he's very upset. I sent Magnus to go get Ivy since we already.
She's in the corner of the couch. I can't get
Oh.
to her.
She's in the abyss. We have an abyss of things.
Again, for those that weren't here earlier, I have just moved in with Centurion Margie. And there's a bunch of stuff piled, and my cat is strategically positioned the furthest away. So
yes, she has figured out where the husky cannot get to her, and that is where she's been.
She's wise.
We've only had a dozen hisses.
Potentially my two favorite centurions. I would say thank you to you. I don't know who you are though. Stop giving me your name. Thank you.
Yeah, we're doing.
I
We're
think
running
it's
this.
coming in as user, but I think that they are. We're not getting their names, but I think their names are popping up on the other stream.
What if I go to the live stream?
So we're streaming this through StreamYard, and so StreamYard doesn't provide Facebook names by default. If you're making comments, you have to give StreamYard permission to share your name. And so,
but whoever said that
will show up as Facebook user because StreamYard tries to be polite.
Yeah.
Well, it's Effin. We have both been on Effin's Ask the Squires. We also got our first spam comment, so that's how we know we've made it.
Yes. Let's see.
And that comment, I'm gonna delete that.
Sorry to the person who left that spam comment, but you are not Liquid IV, so we are not interested.
Yes, Liquid IV again. If you're there, please spam. Anything for first form, also anything for first form nutrition or
Liquid IV now has a sugar-free version, so
Yes.
for all of our friends whose bodies have decided they're not going to process sugar properly, now you can enjoy Liquid IV too. Oh, they're back!
They're back.
They posted it again.
We might need to do the. We might need to bring down that band
decision
hammer.
on the stream. I'm gonna block them from this.
Okay,
from
there's
this
the band
live stream.
hammer.
Got 'em.
Brought it down.
You can't just be bopping around on our stream like
Yeah.
that when you're not Liquid IV.
We'll bring down the band hammer.
Is there a posting of the rounds leading up to the finals to see who defeated whom? Yes, this live stream will be available after. It's like once it ends, you can go back and rewatch it. I think you can rewind like from inside the live stream.
I don't think usually live streams don't let you rewind until after the fact.
No? You can go back and watch it.
But I believe on maybe on the Vindheim page, either out of the Kingdom of Ansteorra page, I believe someone might have been. If you go through the comments for sure, you could see who won against who.
I've been
person that can post.
posting comments on the Kingdom of Ansteorra page and the YouTube, or have a trail of comments for who won in what rounds, and quick plug. So we got 40 people watching, 41. Wow. Amazing. We've got folks joining from the Ansteorra Kingdom Facebook page, the Principality Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. And I want to take this moment to plug our YouTube channel, because if you have not visited the Kingdom of Ansteorra on YouTube, please do that. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and check out the other content on there, because we've got, you can view all of our past live streams. We got a lot of classes on there and a bunch of other really useful content. So make sure to check us out on YouTube and subscribe.
I'm actually going to roll. Maybe I'll do a LARP. I'm going to have a werewolf whose job is an influencer. My name's going to be like and subscribe.
Okay, that's it. We're done. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Or it says I'm not a betting man, but I'd wager on the winner being knight. Yes.
Oh, that's a stunning profile picture.
I'll take you up on that one.
I'll take that bet.
That is the Kingdom. No, he's the
Kingdom Bard.
Kingdom Bard chiming in. I know who you are, Rourke.
Y'all are
been a busy morning. So, again, we got
America's Test Kitchen,
Sir Wolfgard Martell, and Sir Skeggy in the finals. What a fight! When I started, I remember Skeggy had won the Torchlight tournament back in 2016, and Martell might have just become a Centurion, if not was not even a Centurion. So both of these fighters come a long way. I've had the privilege of being friends with them and seeing them grow, and it's awesome to see them where they are right now. And again, whoever wins, whoever loses this, Vindheim wins either way on this one, I would say. And it looks like the moment you've all been waiting for, This is the finals of Vindheim.
And now,
And now,
it's time.
live from the So Arena up in Vindheim.
Trying not to scream directly into this microphone. Skeggy was actually one of the first people I met in the FCA. Goal Force 2019 was my first event, and Floki took me to Centurion Gate Shift so I could meet people, and Skeggy promised that if any guys were being weird and rude to me, that he would take care of them. So I have always liked Skeggy. He was cool, and he recognized me. Most people at the time didn't recognize me out of armor. He was one of the only guys who recognized me in a dress, so that was exciting.
Yeah,
I'm
both.
not officially with Liquid IV, but you have done such a good job. I will bring you Liquid IV. Liquid IV is very expensive, so don't feel like you have to. But also, if you do feel like you have to, lemon lime is the
passion fruit. No, passion fruit.
Lemon lime
passion
is
fruit. It's definitely passion fruit.
We're gonna have another tournament here for the
turn the tournament off. It's
flavor.
Well, now we can comment on it.
Now it's official.
Our on-site folks are going to have to be very strategic about how they place their camera.
Yes. If we could get the cameraman to let the marshals in front of him know we are live streaming, I'm sure he already has.
That was a heavy fighter. Just hit him with a stick.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Looks like the members of the chivalry are all getting their bonkers ready in the ring.
They're all marshalling.
They're all marshalling.
Like they do with Ansteorra's crown.
There's usually what you see in the finals of a regional tournament, whether it be Principality or Kingdom. You will see the marshal or the chivalry take up the marshalate role and surround the field, not only to protect the viewers and on-site people watching, but it kind of lets everyone know this is the finals. You are surrounded by a ring, literally, of chivalry. So you carry that with you. And again, not a problem with either of these men. Two of the most chivalrous men I know. So both amazing knights. So again, either way, this is going to be an exciting final. Yeah, I saw that.
We're chilling. Skeggy looks like he's ready. You can see him in the back there.
I am sure Skeggy is always ready.
I don't see Martel.
He's lurking somewhere. He's lurking in the back. I see him.
He's lurking.
He's ready to pounce. This is definitely going to kind of be a game of cat and mouse. We got Skeggy, the larger, taller fighter. Martel, the slightly shorter but still incredibly nimble fighter. There you go, Procession.
We're going to hype man to man, so we'll be quiet while they do that.
They're going single sword.
No, we could do the. This is.
Oh.
Yep.
Do the golf. Okay, so The astute amongst you will notice neither of these men have shields. They both seem to have entered a gentleman's agreement or a knight's agreement that both of them will go out single sword. So this is gonna be fast and loud. I assume.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious. This isn't going to be a short, drawn out, or long, drawn out chess match. This is going to be I mean, it might be, but they their shield is their arm. So for those who don't know, if you get hit in the arm or hand, if you're using a gauntlet, you can block a shot, but then that arm is dead. So
I don't know that I would recommend blocking with your arm. Quite a small bone.
Yes, but winning is better.
We got Prince Macaulay wishing everybody good luck.
Prince Macaulay actually being former Squire brothers with Sir Martell.
An honorable man in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
Inspiration. Honor flows from the crown, but inspiration flows from the roses. So fighters, salute the one who inspires you this glorious day.
They're giving their salutes to their consorts.
Looks like we have King Aggie.
King Aggie is right there. Yeah, he did. I saw that he was making it down. We got King Agamemnon from Callantyre right there joining. Amazing man. Good friend.
Not terrible at fighting.
No, the King of Callantyre does not suck at fighting. Yep, Tegan getting the crowd hyped. Noble Tegan. These two coming in, yeah. This
throw hugs in there. Comment Tegan is amazing. Yes. Rick House.
Yeah.
Orth Keep representing. We're not.
All right, everyone.
For all the marbles for the next leader of Vindheim. Here we go. Again, this is single sword, so it's going to be fast. It's going to be furious.
Yeah, and painful, hopefully.
And may the swiftest stick win.
We see both of them presenting their arm out front a little bit, getting that left hand ready to pick up a block if needed.
Yeah, both men are honorable, so I don't have to worry about saying may the most honorable man win.
No, these two are, you can't get more honorable than these two.
Here we go, first exchange.
Sword to sword. Both offside, both snap into each other's sword.
Martell checking the middle there a little bit, checking his defense down the middle.
Can't let his sword get too far away with him from the reach of Skaggy, though. You don't want to paw too much against. If you're a mouse, you don't want to paw too much against that cat.
Woo.
Hit came in. Looks like they both are on their way out. Yeah, I didn't see anything good. Like both might have just barely got a little bit on each other. Nothing good.
When you're moving backwards like that, even when you get hit, it takes a lot of the thwack out of those shots. Martell really rolling with that stab to the flat snap.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter.
Served him well so far this tourney. Going again. Looks like Skeggy got the basket on it.
You got that basket down just inside.
Looks like he's saying you hit me in the gauntlet. I'm guessing. Maybe?
No call. No hold was called, so I would never approach my opponent like that without a hold being called. But again, these two are incredibly honorable.
Looks like Martell is saying, even though it looked like a double, Skeggy hit him first before Martell's sword was in motion. So Martell's gonna take that point, which means Skeggy will get the point, I believe.
Yeah, that looks like Skeggy might have the first point.
Seems like he went over his consort, maybe. Are they swapping weapon styles now? Hi, Martell.
If I was a betting man, they're gonna pull out the bastard sword.
We do love a little bit of spicy weaponry. It's exciting to see not just sword and board.
Is that axe? Glaive.
It looks like a glaive.
Glaive / short slashing spear. Looks like a slashing spear. Or glaive, whatever. Same difference. I am not as familiar with Skeggy's polearm work. I will say Martell hell of a polearm user, really good with the glaive. But Skaggy, obviously, at 6'6", 6'7", has the reach advantage, unless he brings out a 7.5 foot. Looks like Skaggy has around a 5 foot glaive.
First point to Sir Skeggy. Combatants are choosing new weapons. Best 3 out of 5 to determine the winner.
I like it. I do like a 3 out of 5 for finals, which is good. So different weapon styles. I'm a big fan of that too.
I like to mix it up sometimes. I mean, I'm a big proponent of fighting with what you want to fight with, but sometimes it's exciting to see something a little bit different. And both of these guys are knights, so they should have mastered multiple weapon styles.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna get to see that on full display here. Just some excellent knightly prowess with at least 3 different weapon styles because it's 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Well, here comes Martel. He's got a slashing spear / glaive to match. I'm loving Martel's tunic today.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about the fighting, but he's dressed very nicely.
So we see Martel take that high stance.
Really letting Skeggy know what's going to happen if he comes in on him.
Oh.
Ooh. Did he get it? Looks like it may have dinged off his helmet and slid down. Somewhere he lost some power on it.
Interesting.
Going for the stab there. Love a good stab.
Okay.
Nothing on that one.
It's looking like the gauntlet Skaggy might be picking up some of those.
The hands in armored combat are not a legal target area, so if you get hit in the hand, you do not have to roll it. That's a point to Skeggy there.
Okay, Skaggy took that second one.
I'm going to pick a new style here.
And now they have, I cannot.
They're saying bastard sword for this one. So a hand and a half sword. I'm going to double check these weapons, make sure they're all up to code.
For those, I believe bastard sword is a 4 foot even 48-inch sword from end of the stabbing tip to base of the pommel. So these are 4 foot overall. If you notice, Martel actually takes a lefty stance. He has his left hand on top of his bastard sword, and he just got that wrapped in. Beautiful. Yep. He does that so that way his right hand is on the bottom, so he could do exactly what he just did.
Quick and clean. The first time I ever fought Martel, because he's such a laid-back dude, I wasn't expecting him to move so fast, and then he was very fast, and I was not ready emotionally or physically.
Yeah. Again, Martel's a drag racer. He just waits for that green light, then he goes.
He's very quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was personally offended. Let's check in with the comments. Says
both good.
Sir
Yeah.
Skeggy has been good in the past with Bastard Sword and probably uses glaive similarly.
Yeah.
Looks like he is just fine with the glaive.
Yeah, it looks like he uses glaive just fine.
So it's Skeggy 2 to Martel's 1 point and best 3 of 5. Here we go from Ansteorra.
Florentine, I am very okay with this style. Horrible style. This is gonna be hilarious. Someone's gonna get hit hard, and I'm gonna laugh.
Man. Florentine on Florentine is just a meat grinder.
Yeah. So flow on flow is so ugly, in the sense of it's painful, and usually both people are getting hit. So we will see how this goes.
Oh no, I'm sure you'll do great.
Go to the next round. It is sword and shield.
So after this round, if Martel takes this point, we go to the 5th round. It'll be sword and shield. Sir Arthur was saying.
I'm a big Florentine fan.
Looks like it's 2 weapon, not necessarily Florentine. So we've got Skeggy with a Madu.
Oh.
So that'll give Skeggy a little more range than Martel has, but Martel has more striking surface.
Yes. So if Skeggy can get that tip in, it's all over. If Martel can close the distance, he'll probably take the point. As a Florentine fighter, Madus are kind of the bane.
I personally do not like taking a Madu against Florentine. It's very painful. Looks like Martel might have lost an arm in there. So now we've got Martel's single stick versus
It's going to be kind of hard to block a Madu and a sword.
And yep, gets trucked across the chest there. So that is point and victory
to
Sir Skeggy.
His future highness of Vindheim. Sir Skaggy takes the victory. Very clean fight, very well fought.
Two honorable men sharing a hug here. We love it. So tonight at court, Prince Macaulay will step down, and we will see Sir Skeggy step up as the new Prince of Vindheim.
Not only the newest Knight of Ansteorra, but the newest Prince of Vindheim. To be newest incipient Prince.
To be.
Yes.
So we see him joined by his consort. We'll be quiet. Lots of hugs here. Here we go.
They will receive the floral coronet, which they will parade around and wear until evening court, in which case they will ascend and take on the serene cornets.
Some big hugs all around. Lots of congrats flooding in the comments. Vindheim looks like you have a wonderful pair.
Mm-hmm. You want a night on my night and I want. Oh, interesting. Very cool. Very fun coincidence right there.
Yeah. Congrats from our king and queen. Yeah, he's so big. Hugging him is like,
yeah,
it's like climbing a tree.
I don't look up to a lot of fighters, but Skeggy is definitely someone I have to look up to.
Eleonora chiming in from steps. Looks like big smiles all around. All right. I guess that is our stream.
I think we are about wrapping that up. We hope y'all all enjoyed the. We hope y'all all enjoyed the colorful commentary. We were all pretty happy with those fights. It seems like everyone else was. Glad we could give some commentary up to what we were seeing, as fighters from our perspective, and made it entertaining for y'all.
Yep, and good fights from Sir Martel as well. Yes. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and thank you again to everyone on the stream team. I'm going to read those off one more time just to make sure they get all of the good juju. You have Magnus and I. We have Baron Bao, who stepped in with the camera work. We have, of course, our KSMO, Honorable Lady Koya, who organized all of this. On screen here, our delightful Kingdom Web Minister, Honorable Lady Colfina, Mistress Lysandra, Mistress Elsa, Noble Malkin, and Malcolm. So thank you to all those people. Yes.
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you.
And
thank you all for providing commentary.
Eminem signing off. Yep. Congratulations, Skeggy, and congratulations, Vindheim.
Yep. Until next time.
And I'm going to close this out with a couple of final notes. We had somebody ask in the chat, what time is evening court? So I'm going to read for you guys the schedule last I knew it. Rapier inspections are going to start at 1. Rapier tournament is scheduled for 1:30. Armored champion tournament is scheduled for 2:30. There is evening court scheduled for 5 p.m. And then folks will close the site and head home after that. So thank you, everybody, for joining, and have a wonderful rest of your day. This is going to conclude our live stream. Bye, everybody.